What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know whooping Super Norteños get it in. In fact, it's young Super Norteño. You guys ready? I'm ready. Tas, tas, tas. Let's get to that intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, what are you doing? Hurry up, right? Hey, put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun and whooping stays kicking. We kick it together. Even though he's not kicking right here, somewhere right now, he's kicking, right? Hey, we truly respect you guys. Are very humbled by all the support, man. My primo wanted me to tell you, gracias. Don't worry, I cash him out. He's good for 100 here and there. It is what it is. Anyways, man, are you guys ready for another young Super Norteño? Now, I remember the last story I told you guys. It was a little scary, right? We went out to Snelling, ran into the evil old man to which we've never seen again, thank God, right? But this one's a little different. Okay, this is about baby kids, knuckleheads. See, when we're little, we had that bad attitude, right? Right, and Ricky was already wappling. He was just the wappalization was real. He was a J cat though. Okay, my cousin was born addicted to drugs, unfortunately, and that gave him ADH dummy, right? It gave him ADH dummy. That vault right there used to bounce off the walls. Now, at that particular time, his jefita was locked up in Chowchilla prison doing hard time, right? She was in that motherfucker punking. Hey, bitch, I said bring me some tomato soup. I'm on my period, right? She was in there punking everyone for their sopas and doing her thing. And it was her and my other tia locked up at the same exact time. Meanwhile, my primo was left with my grandmother. Now, my grandmother's old school. Okay, she was. Rest in peace to my grandma. She was old school. She was just like my tia times 10, right? Very, very different. All she cared about in her life, you think I'm about to say her grandkids, huh? Fuck no. All she cared about in her life was bingo and novelas, and not necessarily in that order. She'd be like, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm going to bingo tonight. I'm going to win. She won every fucking night, too, right? That's how she survived for like 30 years. I'm going to go to bingo. If Nacho happens to knock on the door, don't open it because he's just here to ask for money. All right, Grandma. And after I go to bingo, I might go hit the bar just for a couple hours. Okay, I'll be back at 8 in the morning. Grandma, it's only 7 in the evening. The motherfucker, do you look like are you a clock? You're born a clock. You know what that means by clock here? It means clock dope and get clocked. That's it. She was different. So she would always leave me and my cousin Boo Boo with Ricky. I'd always be over there at my grandma's house. Not that I was never home, but there was nothing really to do at home, right? My brothers and sisters were little, so I'd be over there around my primos, having a good old time. But when she would leave, Ricky would start up and act stupid, and he'd be bouncing off the walls, going crazy. So we used to lock his ass in the closet. Now, this is the closet situation. This is what happens. I have a lot of family from Monterey. I've always had family from Monterey, man, on my dad's side, right? It's just what it is. So to go to my tia's in Monterey was like a privilege because she like lived a rich life. I remember as a little kid going to her house. She had the biggest house, had all the family. There was absolutely no roaches, which was phenomenal, right? So we used to go over there and we used to be looking around my other tia. She'd be like, hey, come to your tia's house. It's nice over there. They got a swimming pool and shit. It's fucking cool. Let me jump in. Move over, everybody, move over. I'm about to do the Bundy splash. She'd be in, we'd be by the pool. Monterey was beautiful weather. The beach wasn't too far away, right? Just lovely. So when we went out there, like I said, it was a privilege for us. And my tia used to be like, don't you motherfuckers touch anything, right? And my tia, fuck it, don't touch nothing. Like, I'm going to fuck knock over this knick-knack on purpose. So my family used to go to Monterey all the time. It was a normal thing to do. My grandmother decided this weekend she was going to go to Monterey. Guess what? She was getting all ready. I'm going to Monterey, right? And Ricky's like, what? But I want to go to Monterey. She's like, you're not going, stupid ass. You guys are going to stay here because we're going to go because they're having a jazz festival in Carmel. So you're not going to go. So we were all disappointed. Like, fuck, man, we want to go to Monterey because every time we go up there, we eat good and shit, right? So like, damn, man. So my grandma's like, you guys are going to fucking watch the kids. You are going to watch the kid. Well, the only kid was Ricky, but because he had multiple personalities, she called him kids. You're going to watch the kids. Okay, don't let them fucking act stupid. I made food. There's food in the refrigerator. Don't let the roaches get to it before you do. So we're like, all right. Now, my cousin, let me explain to you about the differences in my primos, right? When my primo Boo Boo's 1 year older than me, right? And like 10 years stupider. This dude grew up to be exactly what I knew he was going to be. Not shit. Okay, he wasn't shit from the time that we were kids all the way to the time of today, absolutely today. Okay, so what? You got a fucking job at Circuit City back in the days. That don't mean shit. And now you work at Walmart. Right? Ricky, he was born shit. So we we already know. Even though I love my family. The gangsters, man, they're with the business. But I'm just keeping it real. This is what I thought, my philosophy, and I definitely wasn't shit, right? So us three together, you know, you're in trouble. It's like a remix to any fucked up song, right? Ricky's walking around. Grandma said she left me a bologna sandwich. Who ate it? The roaches ate it because we definitely didn't. She told you get to it before they do. Okay, whoever had roaches in the refrigerator. Okay, roaches traditionally like hot places. It's going to come into play here later on in the video. They like hot places. But these motherfuckers even like the refrigerator. This was bad, right? This was horrible. I'm telling you, man. When my grandmother moved from the homes, every time she rented a home, burned that motherfucker to the ground, straight up. So now this is how my primo Boo Boo was. He was like, he had mocos always in his nose. He was just like there. Big fat kid just there, right? And he wasn't slow or stupid, but he thought he was smarter than everyone else. You know what I'm saying? The Guillermo of the family. You know what I'm saying? Remember from Mi Familia, that movie? That Vato thought his name was William, right? This Vato's room was in the garage. It was converted to a room. That was the coldest Siberian ass room I've ever been in. That fool left the AC at a big old fucking swamp cooler in the middle of his room. On 24/7, 369 days of the year, right? That shit was hot. I mean, cold. And you'd go in that motherfucker. If you were hot, you'd instantly, that's the flu, right? It'd be bad. This motherfucker's room, when the lights turned on, trash everywhere, empty fucking Burger King bags and Jack in the Box bags. All he ever did was get off his fat ass to go rent fucking movies from Blockbuster and then come back. That's it. Burger King and Blockbuster, the double B's, right? The triple B's, actually. And look, it was so icy cold in that room. You could only take it for about 5 minutes. Like, damn, I got to get up out of here. He never turned it off. He'll look at you crazy if you try to turn it off. The only thing he's going to fight over is a Whopper and if you turn his AC off. Anything else, you can kick him right in his fat ass. Rick used to go sneak in there. Open, I'm going to go get me some Burger King. I know he has Burger King left over. No, I mean, he has some fries left on the bottom of the bag. That's all I want. Like, yeah, the struggle's real. The struggle's really real in the ghetto, right? Look, it's so cold, the roaches didn't even go in his room. They'd rather be in the fucking refrigerator than in his room. They would not cross that line, and they wanted to. I used to see the roaches looking at it like, damn, bitch, that's a jumbo jack right there. Like, they were really on it, but they would never go in. So anyways, my grandma leaves for the weekend, right? Ricky, you guys pretty much know how Ricky is and who he is by now. And myself, hey, I'm just there for content purposes, right? So this particular time, Ricky was really getting on my nerves. We had a couple of these little white friends that we had. I'm going to be doing the supers on them. These little white dudes, man, we're going to call them white boys because that's what they were, right? They were different. They grew up in the ghetto. They were more Mexican than we could ever be. One of them wore a sombrero for like a year. Like he wouldn't take it off because he thought that was the Mexican thing to do. They wanted to be Mexican. They were from, at this time, my grandma lived in Winton off Santa Fe, right? Old Santa Fe. So it was like an old pink house. These dudes like coming over there and just fucking shit up, eating all the food, breaking windows and shit. Like, hey, let's break in your grandma's room. Like, nah, are you kidding me? She does have jewelry though, right? Like, nah, she'll beat our ass. They always wanted to get into something. So they were hanging out. And we were in the back playing marbles and we had the sprinkler on. You know, we're for old school, spray each other with the manguera, sprinkler and shit. We didn't get pools back then. Like I said, our privilege was to go to Monterey to our tia's, mean ass tia's house at the time, man, and be lucky if she even let us put our feet in her pool. She was like, "Now you guys are gonna get the fucking pool dirty." Like, what do you mean? No, let me spray you off with the manguera before you get in my pool. Like that fucked up. So the way we grew up, there was always almond and peach trees in the back, and these white dudes were climbing, eating almonds and all the peaches because at home they had it bad. Their dad was drunk and whipping the shit out of them. These motherfuckers. One of them had a black eye for 3 years straight, and I only seen them for 2 years. That's gonna tell you the way it was for them. So they're coming, just getting into shit, digging holes, and they're all dirty, and we're involved too. And Ricky's fucking just running around, and Ricky, what happens is one of them fucking gets crazy. He goes into my grandma's room, just walks in and tries to steal something. Ricky's like, "What the fuck are you doing in grandma's room?" I said, "Calm down, you're upper hyperventilating. Like, relax." "No, he's in grandma's room." I said, "Hey, get out of my grandma's room," through the window that they threw the rock through, right? And dude gets out of there. And I'm like, "Would you steal something?" "Hey, believe me, my grandma knows voodoo, homie. She's going to know." And she did. She's going to know, and she's going to blame us. And we're going to get our ass whipped. Then your mom's going to get her ass whipped. And then your dad's going to want to come back. And then my tias are going to get out of prison. They're going to kill him. Do you understand? Like, it goes a long line in my family. Don't, all because you stole the penny candy. Like, don't do that, right? So he gets out of the room. He breaks bread with what he took, right? A few little things that my grandma used to make quilts. and we're kicking it. My grandma calls the house. What the fuck are you guys doing? Those fucking little white boys better not be over there. I said, no, grandma, it's just us. You guys better be good. That's why I bought Ruben Super Mario Brothers 3. So you guys could play that, and there's microwavable popcorn. But the microwave's broke, so you guys have to fucking just put it on the stove and hope for the best, right? Like, how the fuck are you going to make microwavable popcorn without a microwave? It's okay, but because when I try to put the microwave on and the fucking roaches crawling through the glass panel. I think the roaches ate through the wires, mijo, but don't worry. Your uncle said he's going to bring us a new microwave. Theo's in prison. Well, fuck it. When he gets out, you know what I'm saying? He don't get out for like 5 years. Well, then until then, like I said, Orville Red and Bacher on the stove, bitch, right? So now my grandma, she goes, don't be fucking up. We're over here having a good time. You hear us? We're swimming. We're in the swimming pool. What are you guys doing? Spraying each other with the manguera? Well, fuck, at least you have that, right? So here we are in the back spraying each other, and Ricky's going crazy, and he wants to fight this white kid, so Ricky swings on him and hits him. These white kids were no joke, though. They'll fight back. They're used to beatings. So when Ricky hit him, this kid got to Ricky's ass. Brr, brr, and my cousin Boo Boo's all slow as shit. Hey, leave my primo alone. And I'm like, hey, man, you guys are going to have to go, man, if you guys are fighting and shit. Ricky hit me first. Ricky said, go, whoopin', oh, fuck, this Norte, whoopin', right? He's getting crazy, right? He's seen the future because he knew the woods were going to be against us. I ain't mad at him. Ricky's he's like a fortune teller. This motherfucker, one of these days, these white guys are going to do us dirty. Well, they did in prison, right? So anyways, the two dudes go home, man. They're like, fuck it around here, right? And Ruben's frustrated, Ricky, why you got to fight? Why you got to ruin my time? Because one of those white dudes was his best friend to this day, right? Me, on the other hand, I could give a fuck less about them. I didn't really like them, only that they used to steal money out of their dad's wallet and come, and then we'd go buy hella penny candies and shit. Remember that? You youngsters, earmuff it. This is way above your pay grade. People of our era, 70s, 80s, 90s, you know what it is. Penny candies, those little chocolate footballs and soccer balls. You know what I'm saying? 100 of them for $1. Run that, right? Or the little, what was those pixie candies with the chocolate balls that were different colors? That's ghetto shit, man. We used to be on that. You guys remember penny candies, man? That like made our life worth living, right? So anyways, mangueras, those, and pit bulls, and not necessarily in that order was our livelihood. So them kids used to always steal, and we'd walk to the fucking store and go get a whole bunch of penny candies and just eat on them. Their dad would beat their ass for stealing 20, and, you know, better than me. You know, say my grandma was beat my ass, so it was all good. Where was my jefito at this time? My dad was locked up in Tehachapi prison. My mom was struggling with other kids and was like, go, run, fly, pelican fly, right? So that's what that was. So Boo Boo starts getting crazy with Ricky because his best friend had to go home. I told him to go home, and Ricky's like, well, I don't give a kick in your fucking stomach. Now, Ricky was very young at this time compared to us. He was just a little nut. So what we decided to do, I remember it was Friday. My grandma had just left. We decided a little closet action. See, Ricky wasn't very easy, and he was strong. He was J-Cat strong. Even when he was a little kid, he was bony. That motherfucker played soccer good. He used to kick and fight and bite and scratch, right? So I had to trick him. I had to grab a handful of penny candies and like a fucking dog throw them in the closet. If you could find those, Ricky, in 1 minute, then fucking you're the man, right? You can have them. Whooping, I could have all of them. You can have every one of them, but you got to do it in the dark. That's a cool game. I'll do it. Whooping, I'm active. Norteno, I'll do it. So he goes in there and boop, boop, padlock. Done. So we leave him in there, and he's screaming and crying and crying and crying. He's a kid. You know, he's scared, man. Well, hey, the torturous things we did as children, man, we don't know. You know, we're kids. Now, Friday night passes. We go into Ruben's room. It's ice cold in there. And we're watching scary movies. Friday the 13th, Child's Play, all that scary shit, right? We're kicking back, man. We're eating. My grandma had left like food in the refrigerator, and all we had to do is put it in the oven and shit because the microwave didn't work, right? So we're eating that. We're eating. Somehow, I guess the microwavable popcorn didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Once the flame hit it, it just went, and that was that. So we're kicking back in there, and we can't hear Ricky. We're in the garage. It's like fucking, and we fall asleep, and it's cold. And I remember waking up to get a blanket, and I could hear Ricky. Whooping, right? And I'm saying, shut the fuck up. That's whopping. That's what you get for acting stupid. Cold-blooded, right? So I go back in the fucking garage, man. I'm chilling with my primo. We fall asleep. Boom. Leave Ricky in there all night. We used to leave him in there for like 4 or 5 hours, right? But this one, he's going to get the extended period because my grandma's not there to save him. She'd always save him. Look, here's a true story. My cousin Ricky slept in my grandma's bed till he was like 30. Trip you out, kind of get you in the boo-boo, right? He had problems, man. I love my primo, but he had issues. You know, he was grandma's boy. She raised him pretty much. His mom was there, but not there as much as my grandmother was. I love my grandma for that. She gave us all raising. You know what I mean? All of us, all my primos, and we'll kill for her. She's dead now, but even now, you know. So, anyways, this fool's locked in there. So the next day comes up, we're eating cereal. You know what I'm saying? What you had to do with cereal is this: you poured your bowl, you put milk in it, and then the roaches that were swimming around, you just picked them out, or you just blew, and the water would bubble, and then they'd go to the rise of the top, and you go. So that's the way you ate at my house. You went, and then the roaches are gone, right? So we're eating the cornflakes and shit. You know the shit you get from WIC. My grandma got WIC her whole life and never had no kids. How the fuck you do that? Let's get the church, the Catholic Church got us, right? So we're eating real ghetto shit out. We're eating, and I forget about Ricky. Like, he's not on my mind. The two little white boys come over. Hey, let's go to the field, man. We're gonna build a clubhouse. So we're there all fucking day. We got bologna sandwiches. We went in the store. We stole a loaf of bread, some bologna. We're out there like, stand by me, right? Meanwhile, Ricky has not had water, food. He's in a hot ass motherfucking closet the whole time, right? Padlocked. Can't get out. Too skinny and small to kick the door in. We're gone, right? Nighttime's coming. Hey, we got to go home. The little white dude's like, nah, we're going to stay out all night. Let's camp out. Like, take your little asses home and get your ass whooped by your dad tonight. Just get the fuck away from me, right? So I tell Boo Boo, come on, let's go. So we're walking. We get back. He's like, what about Ricky? I'm like, oh, shit, right? So I literally grab a glass of water, and I'm like, it's like a tamed animal. You can hear Ricky snoring in there. Right? I open the door, I put the water in, and then I close it. He's like, what about food? Fuck it. I stuffed some fucking penny candies under the door. Always had a pocket full of chocolate. Stuck it under the door. There you go. Ricky's like, let me out. I'm going to tell grandma. I'm going to fucking tell on you. I said, don't be a rata. Don't tell, because when you grow up, that's what you're going to do, and they're going to whack you. Don't do that. Remember our one Theo that told? Remember? No. That's because they killed him before you were born. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't tell. So he's like, what do I tell grandma then? We'll let you out before she comes. So, right? It's Sunday. It's now Sunday. The next day, we leave him in there. He's been in there since Friday night. It's all day Saturday and Sunday. Look, man, I'm past the point of, what is it called? Statute of limitation. You can't get me. We're just kids anyways. So stop it. Law enforcement officers like, you son of a bitch. I was, but then my mom will probably beat you up. So leave it like that. So anyways, he's locked in the room. We forget to let him out. My grandma comes. Ricky was her favorite all the time. Ricky, Ricardo, where you at, mijo? Were they mean to you? And we come in, no, grandma wasn't mean to him. Shut the fuck up, right? Like, the fucking poor, look at it, fucked up my manicure. I put my feet in there, and it was all contaminated. She said, your tia said, because last time you guys jumped in without showering first, you fucking got it all moldy. Look at my feet. Now I have to go to the hospital and get a shot in my toes. You guys fuck everything up. Where's your fat cousin at? I say, hey, boo-boo, grandma wants to talk to you. Wipe your mocos, mijo. Where's Ricky at? My name's Leonard, by the way, right? Just going to keep it real. Little Leonard. That's what my family used to call me, Little Leonard. Little Leonard locked him in the closet. I look at him like, you ratting ass fat bastard. You motherfucker, you did it with me. But really, now that I start thinking about it, I was really the one. He just always just shut the fuck up, pretty much, because I'll whip his ass, right? So my grandma ran. My cousin was malnourished, malnutritioned, thirsty, on the brink of death. He was whopping, right? Look, let me tell you how hard Ricky is. He's a beast, right? My grandma's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, son of bitches. Go home, take your ass to your mom. Your mom's locked there. You can't go nowhere, but I'm gonna beat you till she gets out. And Ricky says, what happened, grandma? She said, what happened, mijo? Did they beat you? Did they hurt you? No, I went in there. I locked myself in there. My grandma said, what the fuck? That's your story. You're gonna stick to it. Yeah, because I went in there because I seen a candy. Ricky was righteous from the day one. That's when I knew, motherfucker, you were gonna be a Norteno. Straight up, homie. Viva la raza, Eddie Guerrero. I knew right then and there, man, Ricky was with the business. He looked at me like, bitch. I looked at him like, you're not a snitch, right? My grandma's like, I'm sorry for slapping you. I mean, I'm not sorry for slapping you about the shot in my toe, but I'm sorry, mijo. You guys want me to cook something? Hell yeah, grandma, right? Look, from that point on, we never locked Ricky in the closet again. But we did boo-boo face, right? I'm just saying. Anyways, man, if you guys like these youngster stories, man, we're going to get into an adventure tomorrow, man. I'm going to tell you about those little white kids. Stand By Me? You guys seen that movie? Shit. I should have stood away from these motherfuckers because their dad whipped some ass. Make sure you guys pay attention to young Norteno, Super Norteno tomorrow. With that being said, let me know what a one if you guys like these stories. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. And remember, man, I'm just telling you stories about when we were baby kids. It wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we only fucking whipped Ricky with the belt a few times. That motherfucker. If the homeboys knew what we did to him, he would have never got fucking brought up. Never.